The sun had just slipped behind the mountains when Aira stepped out of her little house, feeling the whisper of fatigue resting heavily on her shoulders. She wrapped her shawl a bit tighter and walked slowly toward the hill behind her home, her secret place of comfort. The grass brushed gently against her ankles, and the evening breeze carried a coolness that felt like a quiet invitation. When she reached the top, she saw the sky stretching endlessly above her, sprinkled with stars that looked more alive than usual. She spread her blanket on the soft earth and lay down, exhaling deeply. For a few moments, she simply listened to the wind, to her breath, to the quiet around her. And then, suddenly, a soft glow appeared above her, a tiny star drifting downward like a floating lantern. Its light was warm, calming, and almost alive. Aira blinked in surprise as it hovered just inches from her face. "I am Lumina," it whispered, its voice soft like a breeze across water. "Tonight, you need peace." Something inside Aira softened, as if the star's glow had touched the deepest part of her heart. Lumina floated closer and slowly expanded its glow, surrounding Aira in a warm golden mist. The light seeped into her tired muscles, loosening the knots that stress had tied within her shoulders. Even the air around her felt different, lighter, gentler, more patient. "Humans carry so much," Lumina said softly, circling above her head. "Your heart has been heavy for too long." Aira closed her eyes as the glow wrapped around her like a comforting embrace. She felt her breathing slow, becoming deeper and smoother. The grass beneath her seemed softer, as if the earth itself was shifting to support her. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. Lumina could sense everything: her worries, her doubts, her quiet hopes. "Let this light rest on you," the star whispered. The glow brightened slightly, and Aira felt warmth spread through her chest, dissolving the silent pressure that had been there for days. For the first time in a long while, she felt safe, completely and deeply safe. Aira opened her eyes slowly and noticed something she had never seen before. The stars above weren't just flickering, they were shimmering in a pattern, like they were communicating with one another. The colors changed slightly: silver, blue, gold, creating waves across the night sky. Lumina drifted higher and pointed its glow upward. "They know you," it said. "Stars remember everyone who looks up at them with hope." Aira felt her heart skip a beat. "They remember me?" she whispered. Lumina nodded gently. "On nights when you cried quietly, on nights when you wished for strength, on nights when you smiled alone, these stars saw you. And tonight, they shine for you." Aira felt a warm tear roll down her cheek. The sky didn't look distant anymore. It looked alive, watchful, familiar, almost protective. As the stars shimmered in synchronized waves, Aira felt a connection deeper than anything she had ever known. The wind changed direction, becoming softer, warmer, almost guiding. Lumina lifted into the air and created a small golden spark. That spark floated upward and touched a star, which then touched another and another until a faint golden line appeared in the sky. Aira gasped. Slowly, the stars began aligning themselves, forming a glowing, winding path across the heavens. "This," Lumina said, "is the path of stillness. Only those who seek peace can see it." Aira watched as the path shimmered like a river of light. "Follow it," Lumina whispered, "not with your feet, but with your breath." Aira inhaled deeply, and the path glowed brighter. She exhaled gently, and the path expanded. She felt her mind sinking with the sky itself. The path wasn't just a shape, it was a feeling. Calm, deep, endless. A quiet road made of light. As Aira continued breathing slowly, she felt something extraordinary. The universe was breathing with her. The wind brushed against her skin with each inhale, and the grass swayed with each exhale. The stars pulsed rhythmically, faintly glowing brighter and dimmer in time with her heart. "Do you feel it?" Lumina asked. "This is the heartbeat of the night." Aira nodded softly. She felt weightless, floating even though she lay on the ground. The sky was no longer a distant ceiling, it was a living presence surrounding her. With each breath, she felt older burdens dissolve, like sand slipping through her fingers. Peace wasn't just around her, it was inside her, growing with every inhale, settling deeper with every exhale. From the corner of the sky, a soft blue glow began moving toward them. The glow grew brighter until a new star appeared, bigger than Lumina, but softer in color. "This is Saren," Lumina introduced gently, "the keeper of forgotten calm." Saren moved closer, and in its glow, Aira saw tiny scenes, children laughing, waves touching the shore, old couples smiling, sunlight on morning dew. "These," Saren said, "are memories of peace from hearts around the world. And you, Aira, have your own calm inside you, moments you have forgotten but not lost." Saren touched her chest lightly with a blue shimmer. Aira saw flashes from her past, her mother's gentle touch, her own childhood laughter, quiet evenings when she felt content for no reason. She felt warmth return to parts of her heart she didn't know had grown cold. The stars above slowly formed a soft ring around Aira, glowing like a protective crown. Lumina hovered inches above her. "We make you a promise," it said, its glow deepening. "When the nights feel heavy, when your heart feels tired, when you can't see your own strength, look toward us. We will send you light. Maybe in the form of hope, maybe comfort, maybe a new beginning. But always light." Aira felt tears spill freely now. Not tears of pain, tears of release. Tears of being understood. The stars moved closer, wrapping her in a cocoon of gentle warmth. She felt held, supported, protected by the universe itself. Without warning, the stars began to glow in a slow rhythmic pulse, like a silent melody. It wasn't music, yet it felt like the most soothing song she had ever heard. The sky breathed, the stars glowed, and the night became a soft, wordless lullaby. Lumina whispered, "This is the song of silence. It exists only for tired hearts." Aira felt the rhythm settle into her breathing. Her thoughts slowed like waves calming after a long storm. With each silent beat, her mind drifted deeper into peace. The night sky seemed to whisper, "Rest now, rest deeply." Aira felt something inside her shift, a release she had never felt before. The tightness in her chest began to soften. Her fears, which once roared loudly, now faded into a distant hush. Even her body felt lighter, as though a weight she carried for years had finally lifted. Lumina floated beside her. "Healing," it said, "doesn't always come suddenly. It comes in moments like these, quiet, warm, gentle moments where your heart decides to let go." Aira closed her eyes, letting the warmth settle within her. For the first time in a long while, she felt whole. Above her, the stars slowly formed a soft arc, a glowing dome of golden and blue light. "This," Lumina whispered, "is the dream shield. No shadow can cross it. No fear can reach you. Tonight, you're protected." Aira felt warmth spread across her entire body. She felt like she was resting inside a soft, glowing nest woven by the night sky. "Nothing can harm your dreams," Lumina assured her. Aira's mind drifted, no longer troubled by worries or noise. She felt surrounded by calm, wrapped in safety. Aira's eyelids grew heavy, so heavy she felt she could sink into the sky itself. Lumina touched her forehead gently, and a golden doorway appeared in her mind. Beyond the doorway, Aira saw rolling hills of glowing flowers, rivers that shimmered softly, and skies that changed color with every heartbeat. "This is your dream realm," Lumina whispered. "A place made only for your comfort." The doorway opened wider. Warm breeze brushed her cheeks. She felt herself drifting toward it, weightless, peaceful, ready. The moment Aira slipped into sleep, her breathing deep and soft, Lumina and the other stars hovered above her like patient guardians. Their light dimmed gently so it wouldn't disturb her dreams. "Rest well, Aira," Lumina whispered. "Tomorrow will be kinder, and the world will feel lighter." The stars continued glowing around her, forming a halo of protection until the first touch of morning light began to approach the hill. And even as dawn neared, one promise remained. The stars would watch over her always. Aira walked deeper into the glowing forest, guided only by the gentle floating lights that drifted around her like tiny lanterns made of moonlight. Each step felt lighter, as if something in the air was helping her breathe more freely than before. The trees here were unlike anything she had ever seen, tall, ancient, and covered in silver leaves that shimmered softly whenever the wind passed through. It felt as though the forest was alive, not in a frightening way, but in a way that made her feel seen and safe. As she reached the center, she noticed a tall, crystal-like tree standing alone, glowing faintly like a heart beating in slow, steady rhythm. Lumina's soft voice whispered, "This is the Dreamkeeper tree, Aira. It stores forgotten dreams, lost hopes, and silent wishes from every soul who has ever felt lonely." Aira placed her hand gently on the cool surface of the tree, and immediately a wave of warmth spread over her entire body. Images appeared in the glow dreams she once had, but had pushed away because life had become too heavy. Her childhood laughter, her wish to travel, her desire to feel safe again, her hope to be loved without conditions. The tree showed all of it, not to hurt her, but to remind her that none of her dreams were ever truly lost. They were simply waiting for her to be ready again. Tears slipped from her eyes, not from sadness, but from relief. For the first time in a long while, she felt her dreams returning to her like old friends she thought she had forgotten. The gentle forest wind circled around her, almost hugging her, as the Dreamkeeper tree whispered softly, "It is never too late to begin again." Aira slowly stepped away from the glowing tree, but the warmth it gave her continued to rest in her chest like a small sun. As she glanced around, she saw 3 soft, illuminated paths forming ahead of her, each glowing in a different color. One shimmered golden, one silver, and one a soft blue. Lumina floated to her side and explained, "Everyone reaches a moment where life presents paths, not to confuse them, but to show them that choice is power." The golden path pulsed with courage, the silver with peace, and the blue with healing. Each path seemed to whisper something gently toward her, as if encouraging her to listen to her heart. Aira felt the air shift, warmer and calmer, and for the first time, she realized she wasn't afraid of choosing anymore. She wasn't the fragile girl who arrived here. She was becoming someone stronger, softer, and more sure of her soul. She placed a hand over her heart, closed her eyes, and breathed in deeply. As she did, the forest quieted, the wind stilled, and the stars above brightened as if waiting for her decision. When she opened her eyes, her steps moved naturally, without pressure, without fear, toward the blue path of healing. It glowed brighter with each step she took, lighting her way forward. Lumina drifted behind her, smiling softly, her glow gentle and proud. "This path will not erase your past," she whispered, "but it will help you understand it, forgive it, and rise from it." The trees bowed slightly as Aira passed, leaves shimmering like blessings falling around her. She felt lighter, aligned with something bigger than herself. The night sky stretched above, peaceful and endless, and for the first time, Aira whispered to herself, "I'm ready now, for whatever comes next."